You're wasting money paying rent. You should buy a house.
You shouldn't get married so young. You're not even old enough to know what you want.
You got that degree and now you're not even going to use it? That's foolish.
You want to live in at least 1,000 square feet to be comfortable.
These are all horrible assumptions that most of us have been told as we grew up. And hands down, the best thing that Hannah and I have ever done with money in our 20s is to just simply question everything. See, there's two issues that most of us have to deal with. The first one is that as we grow up, we're fed these ideas and assumptions about money, like how much you spend, how much you should be making, what you should buy and when you should buy it, what financial milestones you should be hitting at a certain age, and even if it's morally okay to make a certain amount of money. On top of that, our just general curiosity decreases as we get older. I tried to look up some facts about this, and there's some conflicting data, but it's generally accepted that when you're about 5 years old, you're asking somewhere between 75 and 200 questions every single day. Unfortunately, that decreases significantly when you hit age 10, and by the time you're a full-blown adult, you're only asking like 6 to 11 questions every single day. At some point, as we get older, we stop questioning things, and this is extremely problematic when you pair up this idea that we're fed all these ideas and assumptions about money, and then as we get older, we just stop questioning them. This ends up to you leading a life by default, a life where you just choose to do the things that were put in front of you. You choose to do what's expected of you. But who wants a life like that? Not me, and I bet not you either. See, something like 50% of the decisions that we make every single day, we make out of habit. We don't actually consciously think about them as we make them. From the clothes that we wear, to the food that we eat, to even the neighborhoods that we decide to live in, all of these decisions were made based on all of the other decisions that we've made in our life up to that point and the influences that we have in our life. So how do you overcome this? Well, you ask one simple question: why? You ask why to everything. Question your wants, question your beliefs, question your assumptions, question your dreams, especially question any advice that you've been given. Heck, question me, question this video. I want you to question everything. Let me give you a couple of examples from my own life. So during our first year of marriage, we started looking at houses. We thought that renting was stupid and a waste of money, and buying a house just seemed like the next logical step in our marriage and in our life. We got fairly serious about this. We were looking at houses regularly. We were actively working on a down payment. But luckily, finally, we came to our senses and realized we did not need to be buying a house then. I remember us sitting down together and specifically asking ourselves, why are we in such a rush to buy a house? There's some really great things about renting that we love. Plus, we don't even know that we're gonna be in this area in a few years. It doesn't make sense to buy a house right now. And look, if we had bought a house back then, there's probably no way that we would have ever started RVing and traveling full time like we are today, which means I wouldn't be standing inside of Banff in Alberta, Canada right now making this video. Speaking of which, I think we're actually gonna head out of the park now. All right, we made it back to the States, and let me tell you about another time that asking all these questions really came in handy. It happened when we decided to quit our day jobs. Now, we didn't both decide to quit our day jobs at the exact same time, but each time we did decide to quit a job, asking lots and lots of questions really helped out. The two beliefs and assumptions that we really had to challenge were, one, you should not quit a job and change careers after you've already gotten a degree in something, and then two, you'll never be able to make it as a freelancer. You really should stick with the stable thing. And those beliefs are fine and they work for some people, but man, they are really wrong for a lot of people too. But if we had never questioned this assumption, if we had really never thought about our decision, it would have been so easy to just slip into living that life by default and going the easy route. And we would have missed out on so much. Now, both of these examples that I've given you are big decisions, right? Quitting your job, buying a house. Those things seem obvious that you should ask a lot of questions for. But what if I told you that you should be asking tons of questions for the small things too? For instance, a couple of years ago, Hannah and I finally started questioning eating out and what we really liked about eating out at restaurants and what we really didn't like about it. We realized that for us, as long as the food quality hit like a certain level, we really don't care about finding the best food. What we care about is finding the best atmosphere, the best overall experience. For instance, if we go to the beach and there's two seafood joints close together and one is on the beach and one is like across the road from the beach, even if the one across the road from the beach has the better seafood, as long as the one on the beach is pretty good, we're going to the one on the beach. Same with coffee shops. We're not looking for the one that has the absolute best coffee ever made. What we're looking for is the one that has the coolest environment for us to hang out in, maybe read a book, or maybe work for a little while in. We care way more about the environment of the coffee shop than we do about the actual coffee that they're serving. For you, it may be totally different. You may care all about the food or the coffee quality, and that's fine. For us, by questioning everything, we realize that we can spend less money on a very specific type of eating out experience so that we can maximize our spending on on another type that we actually care more about doing. Sometimes asking all these questions isn't about figuring out how to quit something or get rid of something or be more frugal. Sometimes it's just about figuring out how to maximize what you care the most about by cutting what you care the least about. The point of this whole video is that we need to get back to our childlike curiosity. We need to get back to questioning everything and asking why, whether it's big or small. When you start questioning your decisions, you're naturally going to start to save more and spend less, because you're not going to waste as much money on decisions that you would later regret and then have to spend more just to get out of them. But more importantly than that, questioning all of your decisions will help you to stop living life in that default version. Remember, you're an individual with specific needs and wants, so it makes no sense to follow the assumptions and expectations that your friends, your family, or society are putting on you. Whenever you catch yourself starting to think something just automatically, try to remember to ask why. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked this video and got something out of it. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like it. I truly wish that you would start questioning everything, but remember, I can teach you how to ask why, but I can't make you do it. The choice is yours. I'll see y'all next time.